It was the darkest period of my life. I had lost my job, my savings were dwindling, and the bills just kept piling up. To make matters worse, my marriage was falling apart. "We can't go on like this," my wife Sarah said through tears one night. "I don't know how we're going to pay the rent this month." I hung my head in shame. As the man of the house, I was supposed to be the provider, the protector, the spiritual leader. But I had failed miserably on all fronts. "I'm so sorry," I said, my voice cracking with emotion. "I've really blown it." Sarah squeezed my hand. "Maybe we should separate for a while. Give each other some space to figure things out." My heart shattered into a million pieces at those words. I had always dreamed of growing old together, watching our grandkids play in the yard. Now that beautiful vision was slipping away. That night, I cried out to God like never before. "Lord, I'm at the end of my rope here. Please show me what to do." An inner voice seemed to whisper, "Seek me first, and all else will follow." I opened my Bible and felt strangely drawn to Deuteronomy 28. As I read through the blessings for obedience, one verse leapt off the page. "The Lord will make you the head and not the tail. You shall be above only and not beneath." A spark of hope flickered in my heart. Yes, I wanted God to make me the head, to bless me, promote me, and cause me to prosper spiritually. But first, I had to fully surrender my life to Him. The next morning, I got down on my knees and rededicated my life to Christ. "Lord, I'm yours. Do with me as you will. I just want to walk in obedience and be a blessing to others." From that day forward, everything began to change. It didn't happen overnight. There were still plenty of trials to go through. But step by step, I started implementing biblical principles in my life. I became a diligent worker, laboring as unto the Lord. I looked for new job opportunities and refused to give up until the right door opened. I faithfully paid my tithes and gave offerings, even when money was tight. And I started attending a Bible-believing church, feeding on the Word and allowing it to transform me. Slowly but surely, my circumstances improved. I landed a great new job that paid well. The financial pressures eased up. And best of all, Sarah agreed to stick it out and keep working on our marriage. "I've seen such a positive change in your attitude and character these past few months," she told me one day. "It's like you're a new man." I smiled and squeezed her hand. "It's all because of Christ working in me. He's made me the head and not the tail." With God's help, our marriage was completely restored and became a bright light in our community. I started a men's Bible study where I could share the principles that helped turn my life around. We began tithing regularly to our church and supporting missionaries spreading the gospel around the world. One Sunday after the service, our pastor approached me. "Brother, I've been watching your walk with the Lord, and I'm so impressed by your spiritual growth and leadership." He went on to explain that the board had been praying about hiring a men's minister to oversee the men's ministry and provide leadership and counseling. "We'd like you to prayerfully consider taking on that role." My heart swelled with gratitude. Me? A minister? I never would have imagined such an honor just a year prior when I was at rock bottom. But God is so faithful. When I put Him first, He poured out blessings and opened doors I never could have walked through on my own. That was 5 years ago, and I've never looked back. God continues to use me in incredible ways as I fully submit to His plan. I now understand what it means to be the head and not the tail. Instead of begging and borrowing, I'm in a position to give and bless others financially and spiritually. My relationship with my wife has never been sweeter. My sons look up to me and want to follow in my footsteps. And God keeps opening new doors of opportunity for ministry and service. Are you feeling like the tail today? Under financial pressure, wrestling with sin, or lacking purpose? Then I have good news. Christ wants to make you the head, but you have to put Him first in every area. It starts with a wholehearted commitment to make Jesus the Lord of your life. Repent of any sin and choose to walk in obedience to His ways. Study the scriptures daily and apply their principles. Get plugged into a Bible-believing church community. When you put God first, everything else will eventually fall into place. He will bless you spiritually, emotionally, physically, and materially. You'll go from living under a constant cloud of fear, anxiety, and lack to experiencing His abundant provision and miraculous favor. So make that decision today. Surrender your life completely to the Lordship of Jesus Christ. Let Him do a work in you, and watch as the blessings of Deuteronomy 28 become a reality. You'll be blessed in the city and country, your children will be blessed, your crops and herds will be blessed, you'll lend and not borrow, you'll be the head and not the tail. For you were once darkness, but now you are light in the Lord. Walk as children of light. Ephesians 5 verse 8. Subscribe to our channel today for more inspirational and motivational stories that will uplift your faith and challenge you to walk more closely with the Lord.